It's the beginning of the month, and that means that the new Spellbinders Kit Clubs of the month are available. This month, I'll be sharing the Quick and Easy card kit of the month, the small die of the month, the embossing folder of the month, the 3D embossing folder of the month, the Glimmer kit of the month, as well as the Glimmer add-on, which you can buy a la carte, and the stitching die of the month. So that's a ton of product, and I want to make a bunch of cards. So let's jump right into the card making, and I'll share the products that I'm using along the way. The Quick and Easy card kit of the month comes with pop-up foam adhesive as well as a double-sided tape roll. There are sequins and shaker goodies this month to make some shaker cards or to use as embellishments with really beautiful colors. There are chipboard stickers, 2 sheets of those with different sentiments, frames, and images. The cardstock is cut down to A2 sizes, so you get 4 A2 sizes of each of these colors of cardstock, as well as A2 cards and envelopes. There are 6x6 pieces of pattern papers. I'm showing you all of the patterns that are included in this kit. There is a sheet of foam stickers that are ampersands and foam puffy stickers that are sentiments and little strip sentiments. These are the die cuts. They always come with a ton of die cuts. Some have foiling to them, and they all are just beautiful images. For this first card, I grabbed the Everlasting Squares die set from Spellbinders. It's a new set of squares, and there's a ton of different sizes in there. So you can cut a square out of a piece of pattern paper that's trimmed down to 4 by 5 1/4 and use that roll of tape to put a square around the opening and then adhere that to some Spellbinders acetate. Then double up your foam tape. I'm going to use a roll of foam tape so that I can put doubled up foam all around that square, making sure that the edges touch each other. Then pour the sequins or shaker goodies in the center of an A2 piece of cardstock, flip over your window and line it up so that there's an equal margin on top, bottom, left, and right as much as you can. It won't be noticeable if it's a little bit off. Then use some of the die cuts and foam or puffy stickers from the kit to accent and decorate that window. So you can see all of these colors go together perfectly because this quick and simple card kit is easy to pull together cards like this. For another card using the Quick and Easy card kit, this time I'm using the Everlasting Circles to cut out a pattern circle. That pattern circle is going to make it really easy for me to build up a wreath of die cuts around it. So I've pulled all of the flowers and leaves from the die cut pile, and you can see there are a ton. And then I'll just adhere that pattern paper circle to an A2 piece of cardstock that's from the card kit, and then I can just pop up all of these die cuts that I chose for my wreath in a circle around it. Again, just choose different colors so that no 2 colors are next to each other that are the same. Have some leaves as well as flowers to mix it up, and then you have a really interesting wreath that you can create. And then add some of those puffy stickers. I have the ampersand as well as 2 sentiments. Congratulations and never forget. And then those die cuts also come with little hearts that you can pop up that are foiled gold. I like to share a little bit of all the elements that are included in the card kit. So I have a piece of cardstock matted onto a piece of pattern paper. Again, some of those die cuts, you can see there's a border of rainbows at the bottom and a border of banner at the top. But now let's use some of those chipboard stickers. They are so fun because they add color, they add embellishment, and they add dimension because they're a little bit popped up. Then the puffy stickers around there, and you can just have fun playing with adding different elements to your card. So that's what the Quick and Easy card kit is all about. Everything matches, and there's just a lot of easy ways to pull together different cute and fun cards. Next, let's take a look at the Glimmer kit of the month. I have one of the plates on my Glimmer machine, and I'm taping down the new rainbow confetti foil to some A2 piece of cardstock. I'm going to pull out that platform and then flip over that cardstock so the color of the foil is facing the top of the foil plate, then put the cover plates on and run it through my platinum machine. When I peel that off, you can see it's a beautiful rainbow Make-A-Wish. I also foiled one of the other plates in the same foil, and it says it's your day. And then I foiled the happy birthday in some gold. Now the dies don't connect around that sentiment, but what they do is connect to these other dies that form a balloon. So it will have the top of the balloon cut out, the bottom of the balloon cut out, and then the sentiment foiled will stay in the middle of that balloon. And this is a great way to make a shaker card. So I'm cutting some acetate from Spellbinders to 4 by 5 1/4, and then I'll use some tape runner on the back of that foiled die cut balloon and place that on top of the acetate. Again, I have some doubled up foam tape. This time I need to cut that widthwise in half because the sides of my balloon don't give me enough space for the entire foam tape. So once I have that rectangle trapping the center of the balloon, I can pour my shaker goodies right onto the A2 piece of cardstock. And again, just try and line this up on top and have it be the same margin on top, bottom, left, and right. Then you can accent that shaker balloon with some more of the die cuts. I love that little crown on top of the balloon and some of those just little ampersands that are foiled as well. This is the embossing folder of the month. You can see there are rows and rows of candles. These are embossing folders are large enough for an A2, a 5 by 7, a large slimline. I cut an A2 piece of white cardstock, and the way that I like to have those embossed images stand out is to ink blend over the white cardstock. So I have some Distress Oxide ink in Salvaged Patina, Kitsch Flamingo, and a little bit of orange as well. And once that's done, I just cut that down to 4 by 5 1/4 to mat it on some of the cardstock from the card kit. And again, this time I am using the happy birthday that I foiled in gold. I'll use the dies to cut out the top and bottom, and then I'll just use some scissors to cut out the side. And I just go along, leaving a little bit of a white border, just like the top and the bottom have. So it's pretty simple once you have the top and bottom cut out with the dies to just add a little bit of cutting around the edges. I have that birthday cake die cut popped up on some foam tape, as well as the happy birthday sentiment foiled in gold. Love all the colors. They go together so well with these Distress Oxide inks. This is the small die of the month. You can see there are several sentiments included, as well as this cute little airplane. Now, there's a bunch of tiny little pieces, so let me just quickly show you how to put this together. I have the main elements, which are the plane and then the wings. And then you can add little accents to them. So you can see there's a stripe along the plane, there's elements along the wings that just have different details. So I cut those out in white, the little detail elements, and I have the main wings cut out in red as well as the plane cut out in red. So again, just start putting these all together exactly how you think they would go. The only thing that I noticed was that the wings on the right hand side should tuck behind the front of the plane. So even though I glued my plane down, I picked up that right hand side a little bit and then just tucked those wings right behind. That's the only tricky part. The rest of it is pretty user-friendly as far as being able to determine where everything goes. There's the propeller, there's a little nut or bolt that goes on the propeller, and then these little things that connect the wings together. Have no idea what those are called. I'm sure some of you do, but I do not. Those I cut out in the silver mirror cardstock. For those flags, you can cut out the die cut words and then back it with a plain flag so that you can see those die cut words a little bit more. And then there are two elements that make it look like it is kind of waving in the breeze there. And there's an element that will connect the plane to the flag. So I had to kind of bend mine a little bit because the way I glued it down, I think, was not exactly how it was supposed to go, but it ends up looking really cute anyway. There are also clouds, there's wheels, and kind of the hubcaps or things that go in the middle of those wheels. And the clouds you can pop up, you can place them flat to the back. They're super cute clouds, really puffy clouds. This is a simple card, but it really comes together quite nicely because of all the details in the die cuts. This is the 3D embossing folder of the month, and you can see there are balloons and streamers and a center area where there is nothing embossed. So you can just use the top, you can use the bottom, you can use it horizontally, vertically. There's so many ways to use this embossing folder or pieces of it. I chose to do a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom with that centerpiece blank so that I could put my sentiment there. So you can see mostly my embossed part is at the top. I'm going to ink blend on that as well because this ink blending really makes it stand out. This time I'm just using Spun Sugar Distress Oxide ink, which is a really light pink, but you can see around the edges of the embossed area, the ink really collects there and it helps you be able to see the image more clearly. Then I thought a little bit of dried marigold right on the edge just for another color so that it looks finished on the edge. I used some of the banners and the sentiments from the small die of the month. You can see I cut out the banner first and then cut out that center sentiment, which die cuts those letters. And then I cut out a plain banner so that I can glue them on top of each other so you can see that die cut word a little bit more. I definitely recommend, if you're not seeing the word very clearly, to run it through your die cut machine twice because it really cuts out those letters more clearly and cleanly when you do that. And then I did add the little side elements of the flag, and I just cut off that element that's supposed to connect it to the plane so that it still looks like the banner is flapping in the breeze, but it's not necessarily connected to anything. And pop that up in that center area where there's nothing embossed and add a few die cuts. There are just a few little hearts that are perfect colors for this card. And then I decided to add a few gold elements. These are Spellbinders gold fashion embellishments. I love the shine and dimension that they add to cards. They're perfect for any card you're creating. This is the stitching die of the month, and you can see there are just 2 balloons that you have to stitch if you want to, and so it is a very simple stitching die to work with. I will use that stitching die on some white cardstock. You can see it cuts out the balloons, so those are to the left, and then I'm flipping it over to put some tape runner on the back of that cardstock so that I can mat it on top of some pattern paper because I love the look of those balloons with those pretty stripes behind them. This is a kind of pearlescent white thread from DMC, and I will use that to stitch the balloons. Now, again, I will speed this up so you don't have to watch me do all the stitches, but this is a very simple stitching die because both the stitches are very large, so you're just going from the center to the outside and back again. And because there's just 2 balloons that you have to stitch, you could cut more stitched balloons if you want to and add them in. I decided to stick with what was on the die, and so I just stitched 2 balloons that I cut out of pink cardstock. Once I did that, I decided to pop them up on the white balloons that I had already cut out. Here's the happy birthday from that small die again, and I'll just cut that out and then cut out the flag or pennant around it, and then adhere that down to a white pennant. Once I have my balloons and everything ready to go, I can just put a little bit of liquid adhesive behind them. There's embossed spots on that white cardstock that show exactly where those balloons go. And then that pennant fit perfectly. I didn't put the side pieces on there, but it fit perfectly on the card this way with some of those fashion gold embellishments to accent that gold. This is the add-on Glimmer of the month. So this is an extra a la carte that you can buy if you like that Glimmer kit and you want more sentiments that work with it. So these foil plates work exactly as the ones we worked with before. So again, I am using some of that rainbow. This time I'm just using the regular rainbow foil. It says have a colorful day. And then I have another foil plate that says you lift me up, and I decided to foil that one in gold. So same way, tape that foil down and then run it through your die cut machine and check out how nice that foiling came out. They also have those connecting dies that only cut the top and the bottom, not the sides. So you can decide, same way we did before, you can cut the sides yourself with a little pair of scissors, or you can use the dies to cut out the top and the bottom like we did before, and then those balloon dies to connect to the top and the bottom to cut out just the balloon and leave the sentiment attached to the card panel. So that's what I decided to do, but this time I'm not using it to make a shaker card. I'll just adhere it down to some pattern cardstock. I have one of the die cuts that seem to match that pattern cardstock beautifully, popped up on some foam. I have some chipboard stickers and some more little die cuts that you can just accent. So you don't always have to use this to create a shaker. You can just use it to create a window or just an open die cut element, and it works perfectly either way. I just love this month's color palette and designs from Spellbinders. If you saw anything that caught your eye, I'd love to hear about it. Let me know in the comments below. YouTube thinks you might be interested in checking out this video next. As always, I want to thank you so much for stopping by and spending time with me today. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you again soon.